So the amazing thing is we actually stimulated people to work. The major corruption issues we've tackled first, there's a lot of nepotism and favorism and paying bribery in specific. And one of the ways we tried to fix it was to establish an SOS phone call line. So students, if they notice corruption, can call and report. That lasted for like 3 months, and we had around 40 real calls that had some essence, and then some actions were being taken, but that was taken by the government authorities, the further on process. Another thing we tried to tackle was the fact that there's a lot of stuff that goes on in secrecy in our educational system. Like, you don't know who gets money from where, how much money they have, how much they spend on paychecks, and how much they spend on buying books or building facilities. So we used the law for public access to information, and we sent out questions to every institution. How many students do you have? How many scholarships you've given? How much money you get for the library? And some replied, some not. But we published it all and went in front of the media and the press to inform the general population about what's happening. And the third and most important thing we do is try to work directly with the students to raise public awareness about corruption. We often have open calls for designing posters and then have exhibitions or designing bookmarks or producing videos and short films and so on. And regarding your topic, one of the other things we were doing was our student organizing body for higher education doesn't have a student parliament until last year. It had a student president who was either from the left party or the right party, but never said that transparently. Everybody knew it. And out of 30-something thousand students on the state faculty, only around 4 or 5 went out to vote. So we have a person who's chosen without a census limit. If one person goes out to vote, he'll still be student body leader. And we said, no, we can't do this anymore. So we boycotted one elections just process, and we realized there's no point in boycotting something the students don't even know about, because a lot of time is being spent to make sure the students don't know what's happening. Next year we said we're going to do a petition, and it was around 40 people, 30 people, all volunteers. And we went on all the stands in universities and talked to people about what we think the problem is, telling them what's happening, because most of them didn't even know, and gathered 11,000 signatures, which was 4 times more than the number of people that went out to vote. With this, we passed the law to the government. We wrote down a policy paper about changing from student president to student parliament and having members that will be elected on open elections, and also some other stuff like cutting the fee for student unions and so on. And 2 of our amendments passed. But we're still not happy with it, so we're working on another policy paper. But the fact was, we gathered 11,000 people, and we passed 2 amendments. So now, because of us, there is a student parliament. It's still not working the way we want it to, but it will eventually. And I'm just going to write down these 3 other things, which would be, well, somebody already mentioned the raising public awareness issue. I would put here the law for access to information from public character, and petition was already mentioned by you guys, but I also wanted to mention involving the young activists like you do in your case, but we can always include them in what we do, whether